Warning, the following video may contain spoilers for Smackdown Live. If you have not seen Smackdown Live, please turn away now. This is your final warning. I'm not kidding, guys. Turn back now and come back later. Enjoy the video. A very promising women's division match to start off SmackDown Live, plus a somewhat questionable title change heading into Survivor Series from last night. Also, it was another brawl between Raw and SmackDown heading into Survivor Series, plus it was the return of The Cutting Edge featuring two returning WWE legends and two of my all-time favorite superstars. These are my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live, and not only are we doing a top 5 favorite moments, but it was also the 900th episode for SmackDown Live, so congratulations from the Rollin' Wrestling Review Show, SmackDown Live. It is well earned and well deserved, so without further ado, roll that footage. How you doing, everybody? My name is Brandon Duchair Craven, and these are my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live. This time it is for 11/15/2016. So without further ado, I ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's get to the top 5 moments. Number 5 this week, Carmella versus Nikki Bella. Now this was different than the other times that they fought. There was just another side of Carmella that I saw in this match, and it was just more... There was just more fire to her, and she was more vicious. And the match ended in DQ when Nikki Bella attacked Charlotte, who was in the crowd because she got a ticket apparently and was apparently scouting for Raw. And that leads to my number 4 moment. Number 4 this week, the SmackDown Live women and Raw women go at it. Basically, the Raw women invaded SmackDown much like SmackDown did on Monday, and the battle ensued. SmackDown eventually got the upper hand, much like on Monday when Raw did, after Nikki and Carmella got jumped by the Raw women and got help from their SmackDown team, which was really cool. But this was really on par with Monday's all-out brawl between the men. So this was really, really cool. And, you know, I was hoping maybe they would show maybe some of the tag teams going at it, but they don't have another show between now and Survivor Series. It was still cool, though. Number 3 this week, Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental title. Great match. Mostly. Let's talk about that ending. Well, we'll talk more about that in just a second. But first, let's finish off this top 5 moments. Number 2 this week, the return of The Cutting Edge with WWE Hall of Famer Edge. It was absolutely great to see Edge, and it was great to hear Tony Chimel do his intro once again. I love it when Tony Chimel does his intro. You can tell they both just feed off each other. It's just absolutely fantastic. The overall segment was fantastic, but do not ever give James Ellsworth a microphone. Ever. And my number 1 moment for this week's SmackDown Live, in the 900th episode of SmackDown Live, the return of The Undertaker. Now, it was during the Cutting Edge segment, and of course, it was amazing. I had goosebumps on my arm the entire time. By far, Undertaker was and still is one of my favorite WWE superstars. Only topped by Sting from WCW and WWE. But basically, he was there for motivation for SmackDown. It motivated me. I wouldn't want to answer to the dead man if SmackDown loses. No. I would need a new pair of drawers. And that's the God honest truth. Let's check out some honorable mentions for this week. My honorable mention for this week, the 10-man tag team match that featured the tag teams for the Survivor Series match for SmackDown versus the people that they beat over the previous weeks to qualify for this match. This was a really, really good tag team match, and the ones that lost this match were of no consequence for Sunday, which that was the right move. On Monday, they did not do that. On Monday, they pitted all the teams against each other, all the members of every team against each other, and I don't agree with that. That just wasn't right, because now you've got some of your members going in with momentum and some of your members that you don't. So it wasn't right. SmackDown, you did this right, and very, very well done. Let's check out some pros and cons for this week. My pro for this week, of course, is the returns of both Edge and The Undertaker. Both were very, very well done. Both were fantastic. My only complaint is I wish they would have lasted longer. They teased The Undertaker the entire night up until his return during the main segment. There wasn't really a main event match, but there was a main segment, and that's when he returned. And when did Edge become a member of the Wyatt family? Watch the show and you'll know what I'm talking about. The dude is growing like a full grown, alright, imagine my beard, but like twice as thick. And then his hair is like long again, which that was Edge to begin with. Alright, imagine when he came back during the Royal Rumble when he faced Chris Jericho. I think it was at WrestleMania, I want to say 28 for the title, for the world title. It was outside. It was in Miami or Orlando. Yeah, he was back at that kind of beard. He was back at that kind of look. It was very hobo-ish. I don't want to say hobo-ish, but you get the idea. My cons for this week. The Miz winning the Intercontinental title. You had the chance to have a 5-star match with Sami Zayn and Dolph Ziggler, and you ruin it by giving The Miz the IC title again. I honestly have no words. And now Dolph Ziggler is probably going to go back into obscurity. For what? For what? I honestly don't know for what. It boggles my mind. Give me a break. That, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for this week's top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live. Be sure to check back on Sunday for my review of NXT's TakeOver Toronto, which features Asuka versus the returning, another, rightfully so, WWE legend in the women's division, Mickie James, for the NXT Women's Championship. That's going to be huge. Plus a whole lot of other matches. And it's just going to be a really, really big event. It's going to be global. I mean, they're basically going to go global this Saturday by going to Toronto. So it's going to be really huge. Check back Sunday for my review of that pay-per-view. And then on Monday for my review of Survivor Series. Do not forget, they're currently going on. Right now, you will see a link to that video at the end of this video, is my YouTube subscriber challenge. Currently, I have another YouTube subscriber challenge going on until Sunday at 5 p.m. It's for Survivor Series. I have a certain number that I would like to meet. I don't necessarily want to meet, but I would like to meet it. I want to meet it, but I would really, really like it if we could get even close. And remember, if we meet that goal, I'll do something very special. I'll show you guys. Well, just watch the video. Just watch the video. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for my top 5 favorite moments from SmackDown Live for this week. Like I said, we got a lot of videos coming up in the next few days, so check those out. My name is Brandon Duchair Craven. God bless you. I will see y'all next time right here on the Rollin' Wrestling Review YouTube channel. See ya!